Today's episode is all about dating someone with kids. And let me tell you, I'm all for that. I'm a big fan of that. But what I'm not for are dating someone with shitty kids. Now let me clarify. Okay, let me clarify. All children are amazing. Children are awesome. But if they're behaving like, oh my gosh, they're exhausting. They can be disrespectful to the parent. They can be like rude or just obnoxious. If that is going on, I truly feel it is bye-bye time. That's it. Like I honestly, I know people are not gonna like what I'm saying, and I don't care. I need to say my truth, and from my experience and from what I've seen, it's like a huge, massive red flag. I am totally supportive of people that have kids and are single parents and they're dating. I'm all about it, right? But when you start dating someone that they have kids and they do not at all discipline them, or they do not have their respect, or there are no boundaries, or things like that, right? Think about it. If you have peace in your life and you have so much going on for your life, right? I'm all about two people getting together and you add value to each other's lives. And so if let's say you're a single parent, right? Your child's amazing and you worked hard to make sure your kid's amazing, right? And sure, all kids can be a little shitty sometimes. That happens. Kids are kids. But overall, they're amazing, right? And you lay down the law and they love you and they follow the rules and there's good kids. And so when you start dating and you bring somebody in, they're going to be respectful and they're going to follow the rules and all this. And they're going to be a light in the world and they're going to actually add value to the person that you're dating's life, right? If you are dating someone and they have a kid that is exhausting, never listens, yelling, lying, trying to manipulate them and all of these things, and you have to deal with it and you're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? That is going to take your energy. You have worked so hard to raise an amazing kid, and now you're dating somebody that has this kid that's sucking your energy and their energy, and you are like, what am I doing here? What's actually crazy is that you'll stay there because you're like, oh my gosh, but that person is awesome. The kid is kind of shitty, but I guess I could deal with it. But can you? Like, this is the thing. If they're older, if the child is like not a child, it's more like an adult child, like, 20 years old or whatever, 18, 20, that doesn't matter, right? They're older, out of the house. But if you're talking about a kid that lives in the house where you are dating this person, right? And you have to see them. And you have to be consistently, like, I am all for blending families, right? So you have to be like, wait a second, do I want to live with this little asshole kid? Like, do you want to? You have to ask yourself, like, I just think sometimes you see something like that in the beginning, you're like, oh, whatever, I don't have to deal with that kid. But if you're dating with intention and you're dating to like, oh my gosh, looking for your partner to do life with, that kid is going to be all up in your business. So yeah, you kind of have to ask yourself, do you want to do life with that kid too? And I had a feeling right now as I'm saying this, you may be listening and you might be like, oh my God, is my kid shitty? Like, wait a second. Oh my God. Whoopsies. This is actually a really important moment where you could say, wait, okay, I got to make sure to have real good boundaries with my kids. I want to make sure that, I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just dating. It has nothing to do with my kids. And I really, truly feel that's a mistake. If you have young kids, anybody's living with you, right, under the age of 17, right? I really feel like it's so important to, have those boundaries, be clear. Okay, if you're thinking, wait a second, oh my gosh, my kid is the shitty kid. Okay, there are steps that you can take. Like, seriously, if you are actively dating and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to spend my life with my partner and I have a kid, your kid's amazing. But you also have to think about, do you have rules? Discipline, boundaries, and all these kind of things. Because my goal for you is to find your person, right? And you to live happily ever after with them. And it's like a Brady Bunch situation. And so this is a moment when you have to really reflect on how is your home life look like? Do you have it under control? Or is it a hot, chaotic mess? And so like the last thing I want for you is to bring in somebody into like a very stressful environment. You know, it's like as much potential as you may have with someone that you're dating, you throw you guys in surrounded by children that do not respect or do not listen and do not, you know what I mean? Like that will absolutely destroy you guys. Like there's no way you can survive that. This is why it's like super absolutely important for you as a parent, right? Like, first of all, I'm not going to be like talking to you about how to parent, right? I want to talk to you about love and dating and what it looks like when you are a single parent. And at the end of the day, your priority is, okay, I'm finding my partner, doing life with my partner, and blending families. And so what does that look like is everyone's respecting everybody, full of love, adding value to each other's lives. It's not about sucking away at your energy. And so if you're dating somebody and the kid is exhausting, kid is disrespectful, not listening to anybody, doesn't care, is like a nightmare child, and it's consistently, it's not like a one-day tantrum thing. It's like consistently, wow, like, are you kidding me? It's like, you know, this is bye time. I'm serious. That's it. Easy as that. It's not your job to reel them in. It's not. Like if you're dating someone and they have a kid like that, it's not your job to reel that in. That's on them. That speaks volumes on them. And like, even though 3 million other things are amazing about them, if they can't reel that in and they can't have a handle on how to discipline their child, do you want a life with someone that cannot discipline their kid? I'm like, no. I was like, wait, no, seriously. And you can't do that to yourself because you are a badass. Like, I think about it as I was saying it. Like, I know so many people in this community. You guys are awesome. You guys are this beautiful light in the world. You guys like work so hard. And I can't imagine your kids being the shitty kids. I just can't. But if something I said makes it feel like, oh shit, maybe it is, you know what? Let me know. I want to hear about it. And can you say, oh my gosh, wait a second. Because maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, stop. I just had a moment. I have to say this. Like, maybe you're thinking, yeah, my kid's shitty, but if he loves me, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no. Like 100%, I don't agree with that. Like if I was his coach, I would be like, run. I'm serious. I feel like if something's going on with your kid, you got to out because you don't want that stress and that toxicity to get to you guys, like the team. You know, you guys are going to be like the foundation of this beautiful family, right? So yeah, if this is you, I don't know, you got work to do, which is totally doable, by the way. It's about being freaking aware. Call yourself out. Oh my gosh, my kid is a shitty one. Or maybe you're dating someone that has a shitty kid. It's like, do I want to deal with this anymore? No, bye. Okay, or maybe you're going to be putting yourself out there and people have kids, and I want you to be open to that. And that's totally awesome because kids are awesome, right? Kids are awesome for the most part. They really are. And so they would just add value to your life. Don't limit yourself and be like, I don't want to date people with kids. That is like a very belief that I don't want you to filter that out, you know, because there's so many great things about someone who's a single parent. So many things, like, oh my gosh, they're responsible, they're loving, they show up, like they take all this responsibility, like all the things, right? So I don't want you to miss out. That's a mistake. But I do want you to be aware if the kid is a nightmare, you don't have to stick around. Let me know in the comments, reach out to me. And if you are enjoying this show, I want to hear about it. Please, it would mean the world to me if you can leave a review. I appreciate you so much for listening. Until next time, do not settle for anything less than crazy love, because it has to be crazy love or nothing.